Remember those cheesy pickup lines from the 90s? Like, did it hurt when you fell from heaven?
Yeah.
We'll get ready for a serious upgrade because AI is about to make those lines look prehistoric. Today, we're taking a deep dive into the world of AI and online dating.
Hmm.
And trust me, you'll never look at a dating app the same way again.
Well, what's really interesting to me is how fast AI is changing how people think about dating. It's not just some new bells and whistles on the apps.
Right.
This is like a fundamental shift. People are using it for everything from finding a match to figuring out like what to say on a first date. It's pretty wild.
Okay, so let's get into it. We've got some pretty amazing stats here from a recent survey. You ready for this?
Hit me with it.
59%, almost 3 out of 5 online daters, said they'd consider using AI as their dating coach. Their dating coach.
Wow. That number really jumped out at me too when I first saw it.
Yeah.
It seems like people are more and more okay with letting technology handle stuff that used to be, really personal.
Right.
It makes you wonder, are we headed for a future where algorithms are like playing Cupid,
Yeah.
matching people up and guiding them through relationships?
It's like having a digital Cyrano de Bergerac whispering sweet nothings in your ear. But instead of trying to woo some beautiful woman, it's just trying to get you a second date.
Reactor.
And it gets even weirder. This survey found that 64% of people are open to using AI to come up with pickup lines or conversation starters, and 61% would use it to write their dating profiles.
It makes sense, though, in a way.
Yeah.
People want to be efficient. They
Yeah.
want an edge in the online dating world, which can be, super competitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So instead of spending hours agonizing over the perfect profile picture or trying to write a bio that's both witty and charming, they can just have AI do it for them in seconds.
Totally. And don't forget about those AI photo touch-ups.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole other thing.
56% of daters have tried it or would consider using AI tools to make their photos look better.
It's tricky.
It is tricky.
On the one hand, you've got tools that can make subtle improvements like smoothing out a wrinkle or brightening someone's smile.
Yeah.
But then you have the potential for these like drastic alterations that create this online version of yourself that's not even real.
Right, exactly. It's a slippery
Oh,
slope.
sure.
And it gets wilder. 52% have considered or are already using AI for premium features on dating apps. You know, the ones that say they'll get you more matches or show you who's liked you. Oh, yeah, those things.
And get this, the same percentage have thought about using AI to write those awkward breakup texts.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah. I guess if you're too scared to dump someone, just let the bot do it.
It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it, right?
Yeah.
We're already delegating all this stuff to AI, but this is next level.
Totally.
It's like we're outsourcing the hard parts of relationships, the emotional stuff.
And for those who are really ready to jump into the digital dating deep end, 51% have considered using AI avatars to go on virtual dates, like a first date but with avatars.
It's like that movie Her, right?
It is.
Except in real life.
Yeah, exactly. But it makes you wonder,
Yeah.
where do we draw the line between like actual connection and just this carefully constructed digital persona?
That's the big question, isn't it?
As we spend more and more time interacting through screens, through these digital versions of ourselves, we have to ask ourselves, what does authenticity even mean anymore?
It's a brave new world of dating, that's for sure. But like with any new, powerful technology, there's always a downside. And while AI has all these exciting, if not slightly creepy, uses in online dating, it's also opened the door for some really sophisticated scams.
Yeah, that's the dark side of this whole thing for sure.
And that's something we need to talk about.
It's like we invent something cool,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't really think about all the ways it could go wrong,
Right. Right.
And the people trying to scam others, they're always the first ones to figure out how to use new tech to their advantage.
Totally. And the numbers are pretty scary. That same survey we were talking about, it found that 1 in 4 people, that's 26% of online daters, said they've been targeted by a dating scam.
Wow.
It makes you wonder, like, in this whole online dating world, how can you even tell if you're talking to a real person or just some scammer hiding behind, like, a fake profile?
It's getting harder and harder, that's for sure.
Mhm.
Especially with AI.
Right?
The scams are getting so good. It used to be that you could spot a fake profile right away.
Oh, totally. Like the pictures were too perfect or something.
Exactly. Or the bio was full of cliches, or the
Right.
grammar was like
Yeah.
completely off.
Yes.
But AI can create these profiles that look and sound totally real. It's crazy.
It's like catfishing on another level.
It's true.
Speaking of catfishing, we've all heard of that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Someone makes up this whole fake persona online to, like, trick people into a relationship.
Right, like in that movie Catfish.
Exactly.
People think they're falling in love, but it's all a lie.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And scarily common.
I know.
That survey we were talking about said 32% of online daters have dealt with catfishing firsthand.
Wow.
But AI is making catfishing even worse. Have you heard of those deepfakes?
Oh, yeah. Those AI videos are insane.
They're so realistic.
I know, right?
Like, you could think you're on a video call with someone you know, but it's not even them.
It's kind of terrifying when you think about it.
It really is. But it's not just deepfakes, right?
No, definitely not.
AI can also create bots, like really good bots.
Oh, yeah. These are those old clunky chatbots from, like, the early days of the internet.
Right.
These AI bots can hold a conversation, like, scarily well.
So you could be like pouring your heart out to someone online thinking you've found a connection, and it's just a bot.
Exactly. And what's really creepy is that they can use AI to make the conversation super personalized.
What do you mean?
Like, they can scan your social media, see what you're into, how you talk.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then they use all that info to, like, mirror you, make you think you have so much in common.
That's so creepy.
It is.
Yeah.
And that's how they get you. They play on your emotions, make you trust them,
Yeah.
and then...
And then they scam you.
Exactly.
This is a lot to take in.
Yeah.
So it feels like online dating is this minefield of, like, digital deceptions.
It could feel that way, yeah.
So is it even possible to date online safely anymore?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
It's not all doom and gloom, you
Oh.
know. Just like you wouldn't, like, walk down a dark street at night without being careful, there are things you can do to protect yourself in the online dating world.
That's a good analogy.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Right.
Where?
And once you know what to look out for, you can actually use that knowledge to stay safe and still, like, have fun and hopefully find a good connection.
Exactly. So what can our listeners do? Give us the tips.
Well, for starters, be careful about what you share online, you know.
Right.
Anything you post publicly, whether it's on social media, a dating app, whatever, it could be used by scammers.
Oh, to like build a fake profile or something?
Exactly.
So it's not just about being careful on dating apps. It's about like your whole online presence.
Exactly. Every time you go online, you leave a little bit of yourself behind, you know, like a digital footprint.
Okay, that's a little creepy, but I get it. So besides being mindful of what we share, what else can we do?
Don't be afraid to be a little suspicious, especially when you're first talking to someone new.
Okay.
Like, if something feels off, trust your gut. You know, like, watch out for inconsistencies in their stories. If they're giving you these really generic compliments, or if they're, like, pushing you to share personal stuff too quickly, those are red flags.
It's so easy to miss those red flags, though, when you're, like, excited about someone new.
I know, it's true. That's why you got to be deliberate.
Okay.
Like, don't rush into things. Take your time getting to know them before you, like, give them your life story or meet up with them.
Right, right. Which brings up another good point. How can you be sure that the person you're talking to online is actually who they say they are?
Verification is key.
But it's not as simple as just checking for, like, a blue check mark anymore, is it?
Right. Those can be faked. Video calls are your best bet.
Okay.
Just suggest a quick video chat early on.
Good idea.
It's the easiest way to see if they match their profile and, you know, if they're real.
What about those deepfakes, though? Those seem like they could fool anyone.
Yeah, those are tricky, but even with deepfakes, there are usually some telltale signs.
Really?
Yeah, look for weird shadows in the video, or like if their skin tone seems off or their movements are unnatural.
Okay.
It's all about trusting your gut, really.
So we've talked about being careful about what we share online, being a little suspicious, verifying people's identities, trusting our gut. Anything else?
Oh, one more thing, and this is important.
Okay, hit me with it.
Be careful about clicking on links, especially from people you don't know well.
Good point.
Some of these AI scams, they'll use personalized links to try to get you to go to these shady websites. They might look legit, but they're not.
So, like, don't talk to strangers or click on suspicious links. That's what they always told us as kids, right?
Exactly. It's like basic internet safety,
Yeah.
but it's easy to forget when you're caught up talking to someone new.
Totally. It's a wild world out there, but at least we have some tools in our belts to stay safe.
Exactly.
You got this.
Thanks for all the great tips. So, for everyone listening, just remember, be aware, be cautious, and don't be afraid to trust your instincts. Online dating can be tricky, but it can also be a lot of fun. And hey, you might even find your person.